John Beltran back with you from Thompson Valley High School for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Fort Morgan Mustangs and Thompson Valley Eagles. We were supposed to start at 2 o'clock, and that's what's going to happen here after the first game went just 4 innings. And Thompson Valley won by a count of 16-1. On our B106 Facebook page, we have the Senior Day, a portion of the Senior Day. Yeah, no, we have the whole thing. Actually, we got it up there of the festivities. Thompson Valley will hold theirs after the game. All right, the Mustangs were the home team in Game 1. They'll be the visiting team in Game 2. Starting lineup brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. And batting first for the Mustangs in Game 2 will be the shortstop, Charlie Langford. The pitcher, Trey Romero, hits second. Batting third is the shortstop, David Keller. Jason Diaz, the cleanup hitter, bats fourth. He's the first baseman. Obviously, when you're cleanup, you hit fourth. Angel Lopez hits fifth. Tyler Baker batting sixth. Jaden Carrera, the seventh hitter. Noah Aguirre, eighth. And Chase Redding will be hitting ninth. Against right-hander Kellen Schultz. And the pitch swung on and lifted towards right field. That's got some carry. That's going to turn around the right fielder, and it's caught, though. Nice play by Riley Suarez, who got turned around. And Charlie Langford is retired on the first pitch of game number 2. That'll bring up Trey Romero. Zach McVeigh's at first. Evan Robbs at second. Chris Brown is the third baseman. Bo Heaton at short. K.J. Lewis in left. Javier Flores in center. Riley Suarez in right. And the pitch, swing and a miss to Romero. Jay Douglas behind the plate. Romero in Game 1 was 0 for 1. A 16-1 4-inning victory for Thompson Valley. Another right-hander after Jackson Lund went the distance. The pitch, swung on, lined, and a leap, and off the glove of the second baseman, Rob, for a base hit. Had some topspin to it, but it's a base hit for Trey Romero, with one out in the top of the first inning. David Keller had a double and a single in Game 1. And he will now bat for the Mustangs. He's raised his average over the .330 mark. The stretch and the pitch. And the breaking ball is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. It was 65 degrees at first pitch in Game 1. It might be colder now. Later in the day, normally it's 64 now. The pitch, swung on, line. That's a base hit into left center field for David Keller. And to second is Chase Romero, the courtesy runner for Trey Romero. Well, the Mustangs will have their best pitcher on the mound in Trey Romero. And here we go with first and second to stretch and the offering. Bender's down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I think somebody did take pictures today. The offering swung on and grounded right back to the mound to second. That ball gets into left center field on the errant throw, but holding up at third is Romero. That'll be scored an error on the pitcher, Kellen Schultz. An awful throw. He threw it a few feet behind the shortstop Heaton. That would have been a double play, and now the bases are loaded. Yeah, we do have the video, KSIR B106 on YouTube and on the B106 Facebook page. Just the video of the seniors being recognized. We don't have any pictures, but other parents or parents of the Mustangs did take care of that. Fouled by Angel Lopez. No balls and 1 strike. The bases are loaded. Top of the first inning with 1 down. Out of the stretch is Kellen Schultz. And the offering. Swung on, grounded foul along the third base side. Yeah, this will by far be a more competitive game considering the first one went just 4 innings. And a 16-1 Thompson Valley victory. They jumped on Chase Redding for 3 runs in the first and tallied 8 more in the fourth. No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch and the offering. And that is taken just a little bit high. One with a breaking ball. It's 1-2. Tyler Baker waits to hit next. Out of the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded foul towards the dugout on the third base side, occupied by Thompson Valley. Remains at 1-2 to Angel Lopez. 2 base hits and an error have loaded the bases for the Mustangs. At the belt, to the plate, and that bounces and blocked nicely by Douglas. 2-2. In every league game on the road in which Fort Morgan has been the visiting team, they have led. That could happen again here. They were the home team in game 1 and lost 16-1. 2-2 to Lopez. And the offering. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. And he strikes out with the bases occupied. That'll bring up Tyler Baker, who had the lone RBI, a base hit in the first game. Oh, he's got a big situation now, a huge situation. With the bases loaded and 2 down. For Baker against his right-hander, Kellen Schultz. Out of the wind. Nope, he'll go out of the stretch. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Chase Romero is the lead runner at third. Keller and Diaz behind them. No balls and 1 strike. The offering. And that's a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Baker. Schultz can get out of this without a run being scored. Douglas lays down the sign. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. They'll have to throw to first to record the out. And the Mustangs do not score in the top of the first inning, despite loading the bases with 1 out. No runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and the bases left full of Mustangs. We head to the bottom of the first inning in game 2. Fort Morgan does not score. And Thompson Valley coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs go with their best pitcher for the final game of the regular season, Trey Romero, and he will face the following Thompson Valley lineup. Batting first is the center fielder Javier Flores. Evan Robb, the second baseman, at second. The catcher, Jay Douglas, bats third. Riley Suarez is the cleanup hitter playing right field. K.J. Lewis, the left fielder, hits fifth. Zach McVeigh, the first baseman, at sixth. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Bo Heaton. DH Garrett Hendrickson hits eighth. And Kellen Schultz will be batting ninth. For the Mustangs defensively, at first base is Jason Diaz. Over at second is Joseph Layden. The third baseman is Jaden Carrera. Charlie Langford's at short. Noah Aguirre's in left. David Keller in center. Angel Lopez in right. Behind the plate is Tyler Baker. And Trey Romero just went 8 solid innings in a 10-6 9-inning loss to Niwot. Swung on and fouled back by Javier Flores. Flores went 1 for 2 with an RBI in game 1. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Romero. The pitch. Curveball is grounded foul along the third base side. Romero has really pitched well this year. Very impressed by this sophomore. 1-3, a 4.2 ERA. Swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters. And Flores goes down. There's 1 out. Here's the second baseman, Evan Robb. 2 for 4 with a ribby in game 1. The lone left-handed hitter in this lineup for Thompson Valley. And Romero fires. Breaking ball bounces to the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, check out our B106 Facebook page for Senior Day at Thompson Valley High School. The pitch. That's a strike. Took something off it on the outside corner. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. To the number 2 hitter. The pitch. Fastball is above the letters. Ball 2. Strike 1. Let's see, I had that labeled wrong. And that pitch is a strike with a breaking ball. Should say Senior Day at Thompson Valley High School. That'll be relabeled here on our B106 Facebook page. The pitch, up and away. Three balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, and that one bounces to the plate. It's a walk of Evan Robb, a rare walk issued by Trey Romero this season. That'll send up Jay Douglas. This guy was really good in the first game. 3 base hits, including 2 doubles. And he drove in 2 runs. Thompson Valley won the first game in 4 innings, 16-1. Tough to run against this left-hander. Romero doesn't have a quick move to the plate, but he is a lefty. The stretch and the offering. Very high off the glove of Baker. That'll be a wild pitch. That was extremely high to the backstop. And to second is Robb. So 1 ball and no strikes to Douglas. Mustangs had the bases loaded and 1 out and did not score in the first inning. The pitch, and that one is blind. That gets through Baker, but not by much. No advance. 2-0. Was able to flag it down. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, Trey's got to find his stuff now. All of a sudden, he can't find the strike zone. Boy, the runner nearly took off the stretch, and now he steps off. Good job of Romero keeping him close at second base. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 1 out, 1 on. In the second game of this doubleheader, and the breaking ball's up and away. Well, the base is open. Walks were an issue in game 1, and hopefully that's not going to be the case with Fort Morgan's ace in game 2. 3-0. That is low. It's a walk. You went with a fastball, but it was below the knees. Here's Riley Suarez. Suarez had a double and scored 3 runs in the first game. And Ben Harding is the courtesy runner at first. Well, let's see if Trey can come in with something here. First and second with 1 out on back-to-back walks. Romero only walked 2 in 8 innings. In the last game, swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. Robb is going to step on third, round third, throw towards the plate, and it's off the glove of Carrera, and now headed for third. The trail runner, the slide, and out at third base is Jay Douglas. A run does score on the RBI single from Suarez, who advances to second. It's 1-0 Thompson Valley. And that play at third will go 7-1 because it deflected off the glove of Carrera. 7-5-2, and back to the third baseman. So 2 down for KJ Lewis. Looking back at second, the pitch. Breaking ball's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Lewis was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored in the first game. The stretch. Romero to the plate. Up and away. One ball and 1 strike. Getting your house to the right temperature is difficult. Call Bailey Mechanical, 522-0471. That's Bailey Mechanical, grounded right back to Romero. He'll jog an underhand to first. And K.J. Lewis is retired. Thompson Valley, though, was able to get on the board as they picked up a run on a base hit. No errors and a man left. We head to the top of the second inning in Game 2. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And the pitch to Jaden Carrera to begin the second is a strike on a breaking ball from Kellen Schultz. 1-0 Thompson Valley. Here's the wind of the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Another curveball. It's 0-2. Carrera did not play in Game 1. Jaden Carrera, only a freshman. The pitch, outside. Carrera hitting .209 this season. Big things ahead for him. He's had a pretty good season on the mound as a freshman. Solid infielder, and that breaking ball is in the dirt. 2-2. Got a very strong arm as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carrera, Aguirre, and Redding. In the visiting half of the second. Swung on and lifted towards shallow right center field, and coming on and making the running catch is Flores. A tremendous play by the Thompson Valley center fielder. There's one down. Here's Noah Aguirre, batting .176. Mustangs is a team entering today, hitting .255. Had 4 hits in the opening game, a 16-1 Thompson Valley victory. The offering, swing and a miss and a ball away. One with a curveball, it's 0-1. Mustangs actually have 2 hits to Thompson Valley's 1, but trail by 1. Curveball is down and away again, but this one was not swung at. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Kellen Schultz survived a bases-loaded 1-out situation in the first. The pitch, swung on and fouled off to the right over the Mustang dugout. Yeah, Thompson Valley High School here, located in a neighborhood portion of Loveland. Gorgeous campus. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Noah Aguirre. The kick and the pitch. That is taken outside. Well, Jay Douglas thought it was strike 3. He was ready to throw down to third. But it was off the plate, 2-2. I don't think we're going to see the sun the rest of the day. At least you're not here. It was here about 2 hours ago. Completely disappeared. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss on a bender down and in. Strikeout number 3 for Kellen Schultz, 2 down. Really took something off that pitch as Aguirre goes down. Here's Chase Redding. Redding was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Also took the loss on the mound. And now bats from the right side. Line and pitch. Swung on and driven deep into left center field. That's towards the track. It'll take 1 bounce, and it's fielded over there in left field, but to second with a 2-out double is Chase Redding, as Lewis was able to flag it down, but Redding picks up Fort Morgan's 3rd hit. That might be the best swing he's had all season. Did have a home run, but that was a better swing. Here's Charlie Langford, who hit a fly ball to right in his first plate appearance. Nice to get that from Chase Redding out of the 9-hole. Stretch in the pitch. That's a strike with a breaking ball in the inner half. Just above the knees, it's 0-1. 1-0 Thompson Valley, top of the second. Douglas lays down the sign. At the belt is Schultz with a glove. The offering. That's a breaking ball outside. The count levels at 1-1. Well, I think it was at about 12, 13 degrees. I think that wind might be swirling a little bit more now. Not much more, but a little bit. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Douglas. A lot of breaking stuff thrown by this right-hander Schultz. 2 balls and 1 strike. 20 balls Or how about 20 strikes and 10 balls so far for this right-hander? Redding off of second. Langford ahead in the count at 2-1. The stretch. The offering. Upstairs. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. To Charlie Langford. Here in the top of the second inning. The pitch. Swung on and driven in the air to right field. Suarez to his left is going to make the grab. And the Mustangs are retired in the top of the second inning. No runs for Fort Morgan on 1 hit. No errors and a man left in scoring position. An inning and a half is complete in game 2 of this doubleheader. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Zach McVeigh leads off the bottom of the second for Thompson Valley. 1-0 Thompson Valley in game 2. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. McVeigh, Heaton, and Hendrickson against left-hander Trey Romero. And the pitch. Breaking balls right down the middle for a strike. McVeigh had a base hit in 2 at-bats in the first game. Fastball is below the knees, and the count levels at 1-1. Yep, our next sporting event on B106 will be in August, late August, early September for the football season. Swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. Mustangs had really young teams in football and baseball this year. Lots of underclassmen, so this football team, especially starting a lot of underclassmen, will be certainly better after a 3-win season. The fastball is upstairs. Count moves to 2-2 to Zach McVeigh. Mustangs looking to snap a 13-game losing streak. The pitch. Swung on and driven in the air down the right field line, and to his left along the line, reaching out, diving, and making the grab is Angel Lopez for the out. Holy Mahungus, what a play. And that was ticketed for extra bases, and Lopez laid out, 1 down. And that was twisting towards the line. Here's Bo Heaton. That would have been an easy double, maybe a triple. Heaton was the second baseman in the first game. Now he's the shortstop in this game. Romero delivers. Breaking ball. Did he wave at it? No. It skips to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Thompson Valley will be challenged in this game. This will not be the cakewalk they had in game 1 when they won 16-1. Swung on line to left field and moving to his right and reaching out and hitting the turf and making the catch is Aguirre. He didn't have to lay out, but he made sure that he stayed eye level with the ball, 2 down on a ball that was scorched by Bo Heaton. And here is the number 8 hitter, Garrett Hendrickson. Hendrickson scored a couple of runs without a base hit in game 1. The pitch, fastball is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Romero has kept the Mustangs in really most games this year. Swung on and lined and off the glove of the shortstop Langford into left center field. Tried to backhand it. That'll be a base hit. That was hit so sharply. That's the only thing he could do is try to backhand it, and it didn't take a true hop either. So I'm not the official scorer, but I would score that a base hit as hard as that ball was hit. Kellen Schultz, the 9 hitter. That's the big thing. You've cleared the 9 hitter in this second inning. 2-step lead at first. Throw back to first. Back in is Garrett Hendrickson. Thank you to all our sponsors, including Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Premier Farm Credit swung on and grounded right back to Romero for the second straight inning. It'll be a bouncer to the mound that ends the frame as Romero retires the opposing pitcher. In the bottom of the second inning, No runs. There was a base hit, no errors, and a man left. 2 complete in game 2. It's Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm John Beltran, back from Thompson Valley High School in Loveland. 1-0. As we head to the top of the third inning, Thompson Valley's in the lead over the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Trey Romero, David Keller, and Jason Diaz, the heart of the order, coming up for Fort Morgan against right-hander Kellen Schultz, who survived a bases-loaded one-out situation in the first inning. The Mustangs are out hitting the Eagles 3-2, but they've stranded 4 and trail 1-0. The pitch swung on and a check swing, one bouncer to second. Rob throws to first for the out. It was also a half swing. Didn't mean to. And Romero is 1 for 2 after his base hit his first time up. Here's David Keller. He's had a huge day. 2 base hits in the first game and a single in the first inning of this game. The pitch, swing and a miss. Didn't see that one. A ball in the dirt on the breaking ball. It's 0-1. To David Keller. I thought he'd be shut down for the season, but this kid is tough. He was healed very quickly from that ball that he swung at that hit him above the eye. The pitch in the dirt with a curveball. Count levels at 1-1. Here to David Keller. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul to the backstop. One with a fastball down the middle. Good swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the senior center fielder, David Keller. Very good senior year for Keller. On the football field, on the baseball field, the pitch. Down and in with a curveball. 2-2. 1 out, bases empty, top 3. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing. They won the first game in 4 innings, 16-1. Keller awaits, waving the bat from the right side. The pitch, outside with a fastball. Ball 3, strike 2. Western Engineering Consultants, since 2003, providing big firm product with small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a ball in the dirt. Ball up the third baseline to throw to first, and that records a strikeout. It would have been ball 4, but he's thrown out of the ball that squirted up the third base side, and Keller is a strikeout victim. 2 down. And Kellen Schultz has really got these Mustangs off balance. That's his 4th strikeout. Here's Jason Diaz aboard on an error, his first time up. The pitch, swung on and lifted towards left center field. Lewis to his left, and now converging on the left and center fielder. Lewis makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kellen Schultz. 2 1/2 innings are in the books in Loveland. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Javier Flores will lead off the bottom of the third for Thompson Valley, leading Fort Morgan in the final game of the regular season, 1-0. He'll be followed by Evan Robb and Jay Douglas. Flores struck out looking against left-hander Trey Romero. The sophomore delivers, and that one bounces to the backstop on the curveball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 run on 2 hits for Thompson Valley, no runs on 3 hits for the Mustangs. Thompson Valley is the game's only error. The pitch, swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. The count levels at 1-1 to Javier Flores. Romero delivers, popped up along the third base side. Carrera might have a play towards the dugout, and he makes the grab right in front of the Thompson Valley dugout. 1 down. That'll bring up the 2-hitter, Evan Robb. He had 2 base hits in the first game. He walked in his first plate appearance of this game. A lefty-lefty matchup. After a little bit of a rough first inning, looks like Trey Romero has settled in. The pitch, Curveball is popped foul, out of play. He walked 2 in the first inning. That contributed to a run being scored by Thompson Valley on an RBI single from Riley Suarez. The pitch, that's a fastball for a strike on the outer half just above the knees. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Romero looks in. The pitch, that bounces to the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Romero's manicuring the mound a little bit. Trey delivers. Curveball called strike 3. Right there on the outside corner. It froze Rob's second time that he's gotten a hitter looking in this game. There's 2 down for Jay Douglas. Trey Romero walked Douglas his first time up. This is the Thompson Valley catcher from the right side, and the pitch bounces to the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down, bottom of the third. Thompson Valley leads Fort Morgan 1-0. The pitch swung on and grounded left side, and in the hole, the shortstop Langford, long throw to first, and it's offline. It's a base hit. That scored a base hit for Jay Douglas, extending the inning. Thompson Valley now with 3 hits, matching Fort Morgan's total. And Ben Harding will be the courtesy runner at first. Suarez had that base hit between Diaz and Langford. Yeah, Charlie did everything he could do, but that ball hit in the hole. Major leaguer would have a tough time throwing him out. Throw back to first, and back in standing is Ben Harding. Let's see, I don't know why we have a delay here. There we go. Trey back on the rubber. At the belt and to the plate. Swung on, line, base hit into left field. A second is Harding. He'll stay right there as Aguirre flags down that baseball quickly. And Riley Suarez is now 2 for 2. The first 2 innings have ended with a grounder back to the mound. K.J. Lewis did that in the first. He's now at the plate. Oh, this is a big situation. You want to keep this at 1-0. You have not hit the ball, not terribly today, but you haven't been able to score runs. Curveball is grounded foul along the third base side. No balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting left fielder K.J. Lewis. Thompson Valley's lone run came in the first inning. Runners take their leads. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right, well out of play. It's 0-2. With Harding at second, Suarez at first. This is the thing, again, looking for the out pitch. That's what Romero wants, the out pitch. At no balls and 2 strikes. At the belt. And a throw back to second for really no reason. Layden's there, but Harding was a step and a half away from the bag. That's just delaying the inevitable, throwing the next pitch. 0-2. The offering. Fastball high. Runner goes to third. The throw, the slide, and out at third base is Harding, caught stealing. Tyler Baker throws out Ben Harding trying to take third, and that ends the bottom of the third inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a base runner left. To the fourth we go in 1 minute. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan 0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Angel Lopez leads off the 4th inning for Fort Morgan, trailing Thompson Valley and Loveland 1-0. In the second game of the doubleheader, Thompson Valley won the first game in 4 innings, 16-1. Right-hander Kellen Schultz delivers, fouled right off the end of the bat. No balls and 1 strike. Schultz has given up 3 hits, but he struck out 4. No walks either. No balls and 1 strike to Lopez in the offering. And that bounces to the catcher, Douglas. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fort Morgan's best threat came in the first inning with the bases loaded and 1 out, but could not score. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ended the inning. The pitch. Curveball is inside. Ball 2, strike 1. How nice would it be to snap a 13-game losing streak and win your final regular season game on the road? Only trailing 1-0 in the 4th. And the 2-1. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Douglas. It's 2-2. Schultz just had a 1-2-3 third inning, so he might be feeling that he's on a little bit of a roll. Douglas lays down the sign. And Lopez wanted to call time. It's not granted. And he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, picked up along the third base side, and a bullet to first thrown by Douglas to record the strikeout. Mustangs have swung at some bad pitches, undoubtedly, in this game. Strikeout number 5, 1 down. Baker was one of those. He swung at an 0-2 pitch that bounced in. Baker had an RBI single for Fort Morgan's only run of the day in Game 1. Here's the wind and pitch. That's taken for a strike. A little bender on the outer half just above the knees. It's 0-1. Schultz turns and fires. Swung on line and caught! Holy mahungus, what a catch by Brown at third. He lunged to his left and laid out, robbing Baker of a base hit. As fine a defensive play as you'll see an infielder make. 2 down. That thing was tattooed, but Brown was able to snag it. Here's Jaden Carrera. Carrera popped to center. The pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down. The base is empty in the 4th inning. It's a 1-0 Thompson Valley lead. And the offering. Swung on and tapped foul to the backstop. The count evens at 1-1. Whether you're a traditional or non-traditional student looking for an associate's degree or a specialized certificate at Northeastern, visit njc.edu. That's Northeastern. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded weakly to short. Charging is Heaton. Gloves. Fires to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kellen Schultz as Jaden Carrera is retired. We have played 3.5 innings in Loveland. In Game 2, Thompson Valley leads Fort Morgan 1-0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It is a pitcher's duel headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kellen Schultz of Thompson Valley, Trey Romero, Fort Morgan. And Thompson Valley with a 1-0 lead here. KJ Lewis, the pitch. And the breaking ball upstairs. Lewis was the hitter when Ben Harding was thrown out by Tyler Baker in the bottom of the 3rd. The offering. Popped foul, not a play off to the right. Lewis grounded back to the mound in his first plate appearance. 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-handed hitter awaits the pitch. Curveball is a beauty. Outside corner, thigh high. It's strike 2. Lewis, McVeigh, and Heaton in the 4th inning. The pitch. Fastball is very high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Romero's only thrown 44 pitches. Looking good so far. Really good. The offering. Popped up, foul territory, and out of play as Carrera, the 3rd baseman, gives chase. Trey just did a job mixing in pitches, changing locations. And the 2-2. Curveball is just a little bit low. Oh, man, what a pitch. That's a nice job of Lewis taking a 2-2 that was a strike most of the way through. Then it dropped out of the zone. And the 3-2. Swung on and popped up left side. The shortstop, Langford, along the line, and now in foul territory, makes the grab. 1 out. Here is Zach McVeigh. McVeigh hit a fly ball down the right field line that Angel Lopez made a nice catch on. Let's see if they play him that way. Romero delivers. Swung on and grounded right up the middle over the second base bag for a base hit into center. And Thompson Valley now has 5 hits in the game. A 1-out base hit will bring up Bo Heaton, who had a line drive into left that was caught by Noah Aguirre. Very short lead for McVeigh at first against the left-hander Romero. The pitch, fastball is a strike on the outside corner. Belt high, it's 0-1. 1-0 Thompson Valley, 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good 2 to 3 step lead. Romero delivers. That's a fastball inside. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Heaton, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Romero gets a sign from Baker. And the throw to first, nothing doing. Well, it's not going to get warmer, that's for sure. Man, oh man, here comes more wind. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Thompson Valley in the 4th. Romero, long pause. Romero to the plate. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. To the right-handed hitting shortstop, Bo Heaton. That's B-E-A-U. Throw back to first, back and diving is McVeigh. Well, they'll have senior day recognition for Thompson Valley after this game. They did it for Fort Morgan before the first game. The pitch, up and in, not even close. Romero now down to the count at 3-1. McVeigh off of first. Heaton awaits the pitch. Here it is. That's a strike, and he flipped the bat towards the dugout, but it's strike 2. He's got to pick that back up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, umpires generally do not like that. That means anything close is going to favor the pitcher. 3-2. Heaton awaits. Throw back to first. McVeigh back in standing. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Big situation for Trey Romero. He comes home. Curveball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Oh, a nasty bender freezing Heaton. 2 down. What a pitch thrown by Trey Romero. And he froze the right-handed hitter. Here's Garrett Hendrickson. Hendrickson had a base hit his first time up. Romero with 3 strikeouts. The pitch swung on, grounded weakly to second, late into his left. Has got it, slinks it to first, and the inning is over as Hendrickson is retired. Thompson Valley, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. The pitcher's duel continues in Loveland. We played 4 innings. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you in Loveland. 1-0 Thompson Valley in Game 2 in the 5th inning. Mustangs have got to generate something offensively. They had a shot in the first inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. But then back-to-back strikeouts ended the threat. Here's Noah Aguirre. The pitch in the dirt. Aguirre struck out his first time up. Kellen Schultz has been in control. 5 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, no walks. Got to check out his numbers going into this game. The offering, swing and a miss on a fastball down in the zone. I thought I did that already, but let's See how good he's been outside of this game. 1 ball and 1 strike to Noah Aguirre. The pitch. That's inside. Took something off it. Ball 2, strike 1. Schultz this season 0-2 with an ERA of 10.5. Not the way he's pitching today. And the 2-1. That's down and away. 3-1. All right, maybe this is the inning for the Mustangs. 3 balls, 1 strike. 8, 9, and 1 for Fort Morgan in the 5th inning. Wine in the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball at the knees. 3-2. This is really a playoff game for Fort Morgan. They know they're not playing after this game. Thompson Valley has to win this game to have a shot to qualify for the postseason. 3-2. The offering. Curveball called strike 3 down the middle. That was a perfect pitch. Aguirre knew it. 6 strikeouts for Schultz. 1 out. That curveball was dirty. That was really good. Chase Redding doubled his first time up. Yeah, Redding took a fastball and drove it deep into left field in his first plate appearance. And Schultz to the plate. That bounces into Douglas. 1 ball and no strikes. And Fort Morgan has led in every single road league game this season in which they were the visiting team. They were the home team in game 1, but they have trailed in this game. The pitch, check swing. It's a strike anyway with a curveball. 1-1. Thompson Valley scored the game's only run in the 1st inning. We're in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the offering to Redding. Curveball, strike 2. On the inner half at the knees. One ball and 2 strikes to Redding. Schultz ready. Schultz with the offering. Curveball is fouled off to the right. Count remains at 1-2. Thanks to Brian Nickel for calling quite a few ball games this season as well. Right here on Morgan County's B106, he was slated to call a single game in Fort Morgan. I was going to go to Kersey to do Brush and Platte Valley, but that game moved to Tuesday. And then Fort Morgan got moved to Loveland here for a doubleheader instead of 1 game. Swung on, lined in. That's going to be caught by the shortstop Heaton on a ball at the shoe tops of Redding. He kind of like golfed it out there. 2 down. 2 down. Here's Charlie Langford, who's popped to right twice. Charlie has led the team in hitting all season. Today is 0 for 4 combined in the 2 games. The pitch, fouled back, went with a curveball down and in. No balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning with 2 down and the base is empty. Thompson Valley leads in game 2, 1-0. The wind and the offering. Curveball is fouled back. It's 0-2. Now, it's only getting a little bit cooler and windier. We have some here in short sleeves. They got to be insane. They're younger, though. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to Charlie Langford. Not much foul territory at all, especially down the right field line in Thompson Valley in this neighborhood in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes to Kellen Schultz. Or to Charlie Langford from Kellen Schultz, excuse me. Langford with a slightly open stance as he normally does. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded to short. Heaton has it on the second hop. Sets, fires to first. And it's another 1, 2, 3 inning for Kellen Schultz. Well, the Mustangs are right there, but they trail after 4.5 innings in Loveland. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Mustangs trail 1-0, but it feels like it's more like a 3-4-0 game because Kellen Schultz, who's about to step to the plate, has retired 10 in a row. 9-1-2 against left-hander Trey Romero. 1 run on 5 hits for Thompson Valley. No runs on 3 hits for the Mustangs. Mustangs have not committed an error. It's another reason they're still in this game. Thompson Valley with the game's only error. Both teams have stranded 4. The pitch and the breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Romero's coming off 8 solid innings against Niwot in a 10-6 9-inning loss. The pitch in the dirt with a fastball, 2-0. He doesn't have to be perfect. He might feel like that because it's a 1-0 game in the 5th inning. Home half for the 5th. The pitch. Breaking ball's a strike off the glove of Baker. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Got to love a game like this. We have played exactly 1 hour of game 2. And we're already in the bottom of the 5th inning on Morgan County's B106 KPRB. Brush, Fort Morgan curveball outside corner, strike 2 to Kellen Schultz. You might have thought it was a little bit off the plate as he steps out of the box. But he's the opposing pitcher. He's getting calls too. Fastball is upstairs, 3-2. Big pitches coming in. This baseball field is right next to that huge stadium, Ray Patterson Stadium in Loveland. 3-2 pitch. Curveball is popped up in a shallow right center field. A long run. Second baseman Layden is out and makes the sliding catch. Oh, a nice catch by Layden in shallow right center. 1 down. That'll send up Javier Flores. Flores has struck out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Trey Romero is right there with Schultz, and the fastball is inside. But again, trails in this game by a run. What can the Mustangs do to generate a rally? And that pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Romero's strike to ball ratio is still, it's not great. It's okay, 35 strikes, 27 balls. And the curveball's a strike. That's 2 batters in a row. He's been down 2-0 and then thrown a curveball for a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Curveball swing and a miss. Flores way out in front. 2-2. He was fooled badly by that when he steps out and recomposes himself. Romero with a 2-2. Swung on and grounded left side. Third baseman Carrera fires to first, 2 down. And here is Evan Robb, who's walked and struck out looking. 0 for 1. Well, I think that Josh Langford might have to have somebody lay down a bunt. When the opposing pitcher has retired 10 straight, you got to find a way to get somebody on base. The pitch, curveball's a strike. Belt level, it's 0-1. Also known as waist level. And the offering, curveball is up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody on base with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. The left-hander delivers. Swung on and grounded to second. Joseph Layden to a knee, throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Trey Romero as one second baseman retires the other. 5 complete in Game 2. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This is a huge inning for Fort Morgan. They trailed Thompson Valley 1-0, but you've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Romero, Keller, and Diaz coming up against right-hander Kellen Schultz. 10 in a row have been retired. Romero singled and grounded to second his first time up. if there is ever a time for Fort Morgan, it's going to be right now in this 6th inning. Chase Redding, the last Mustang to reach with a double. The pitch, low with a changeup. 1 ball and no strikes. And Schultz delivers. Swung on, grounded right side. Should be a routine play for Robb. He throws to first for the out. 4-3 in the book. Out in front of that pitch was Romero. Here's David Keller. Singled and struck out. Fort Morgan has scored 1 run today. That was a single, an RBI single at the bottom of the 3rd of game 1 by Tyler Baker. That's it. The pitch, fastball is up and in. 11 in a row retired by Schultz. 1 ball and no strikes. The kick and the pitch, and that bounces to the backstop. Well, let's see. Maybe Fort Morgan can get a little bit of help. 2 balls and no strikes. Now, if you're Keller ahead in the count, are you swinging away? It is 2-0. Laying down the sign is Douglas. The pitch, and that bounces to the plate. Right into the glove of Douglas, 3-0. Schultz has not walked a single Mustang today. Now you know that he'll have to throw at least 1 strike, because Keller's not going to swing at a 3-0 pitch. Not down 1-0 with 1 out in the 6th inning. Here it is. Oh, he does swing, and he taps it along the 3rd base line, and it trickles foul. Well, you're a senior. I guess what the heck, but if you want to win this game, normally you don't swing at 3-0 pitches when the other pitcher's on a roll, but he's still alive in the sequence. 3 balls and 1 strike. And outside of the strikeout, he's had 3 hits today, 2 in the first game. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Keller. Strike 2. Fastball, inner half. 72 pitches in is Kellen Schultz. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He might throw one in the dirt. Keller's got to watch out. 3-2 pitch. Swung on. He reaches out, grounds it up the middle. The shortstop, Heaton, sets, throws, and Keller's out as he stumbles over the bag. 2 down. Yeah, he reached on a pitch, and he reached out on that one that was borderline. It was very much borderline. Jason Diaz aboard on an error, and he's popped out. And the Mustangs have the bases loaded and 1 out. Lopez and Baker struck out to end the threat, and the curveball nearly hit him. 1 ball and no strikes to Jason Diaz. 1 swing can tie the game. No home runs today, though. Swung on and chopped left side to the 3rd baseman. Brown sets, throws to first, and another 1-2-3 inning. Diaz is retired, and that is 13 Mustangs that gone down in a row from this right-hander Kellen Schultz. 5.5 complete. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Thompson Valley will be looking for an insurance run as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 Thompson Valley. Trey Romero has retired 5 in a row, but that pales in comparison to 13 straight from Schultz, and a base hit into right center field on a ball that continues to roll. Keller's going to flag it down. Rounding first is Douglas. He's into second. That's his 3rd double of the day, and he's 2 for 2 in this game. And here's Ben Harding. He'll run at second. The Mustangs cannot allow him to score. 2-0 will seem like 10-0. Thompson Valley now with 6 hits off Romero. Kellen Schultz tossing a 3-hitter. Riley Suarez with 2 base hits. This is the tough part of the lineup for Romero. The pitch squaring to bunt, and he lays it, and it's caught! by Baker. Now the throw back to second, and Langford's going to dive towards the bag. It's a double play. The ball on a hop, and it was Joseph Layden who actually caught it. Baker with a great play behind the plate on the bunt, and then well off the bag was Harding. I don't think I've ever seen that. And he threw back to second, and Langford and Layden were next to each other. Layden caught it on a hop and then dove towards the bag and beat Harding, so he's doubled up 2 down. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. What a great defensive play by Tyler Baker. And I'm telling you, when he caught that bunt that was fouled, it barely got off the ground. Breaking ball's a strike. I don't think that went more than, 4 feet in the air. It was like a reflex. Fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Remains at 0-2. What a tremendous defensive play. Remains at no balls and 2 strikes to Lewis. The pitch swung on and tapped foul along the third base side. He's 0 for 2 in the game. A tremendous reflex play by Baker, and that changes things for Thompson Valley. The offering, that is just inside. Romero thought he had strike 3. He was headed to the dugout. It's 1-2. You had a runner at second, no out. And the offering swung on and lifted towards shallow right center field. A long run coming in and making the catch is Lopez. And Trey Romero pitches around the base runner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. The Mustangs trail 1-0 to Thompson Valley in Loveland as we head to the 7th on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This will be it for the Mustangs, trailing 1-0. The pitch to Lopez is a fastball for a strike. Lopez has struck out twice. Lopez, Baker, and Carrera in the top of the 7th. Fort Morgan trails Thompson Valley 1-0. And the pitch swung on and fouled to the backstop. It's 0-2. Chase Redding was the last Mustang to reach with a 2-out double in the second inning. 13 in a row retired by Kellen Schultz. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Douglas, 1-2. Well, this would be a tough way to end the season, but the Mustangs showed what they're capable of when they pitch and play defense. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The offering. Curveball called strike 3 on the inner half. Lopez strikes out for the 3rd time in the game. 1 down. And Kellen Schultz has now picked up 7 strikeouts, 3 against just 1 hitter. Baker struck out, then hit a scorching line drive that was caught by Chris Brown at third. He's 0 for 2. Here's the wind and pitch. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Congratulations to all the Mustang seniors. You can check out the video on our B106 Facebook page. They were all recognized before the game, including Baker. The offering, fastball strike, waist level down the middle. It's 1-1. With 1 out and the base is empty. 14 in a row retired by Schultz. The pitch, swing and a miss and a fastball at the letters. It's 1-2. Thought he had a piece of that one, but nope, missed it completely. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Baker. Baker opens up that stance just a little bit. And Kellen Schultz fires. Swung on and lifted towards right center field, coming in and making the running catch is Suarez, 2 down. Tried to find a gap, but it was caught. And that's 15 straight retired by Kellen Schultz. And Jaden Carrera is Fort Morgan's last chance. Hit a fly ball to center and grounded to short. Schultz is 1 out away from a masterpiece after having the bases loaded, 1 out in the first inning. He's been tough to hit since then. The pitch, and that bounces to the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. To the freshman third baseman, Jaden Carrera. And the offering, that's below the knees. It's 2-0. Schultz is 85 pitches deep, so pitch count is not a concern. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. 1-0, Thompson Valley in the 7th. The pitch, that's a strike. Took something off it right down the middle. It's 2-1. Carrera digs in. The pitch, takes it for a strike with a breaking ball. Had a half swing, but it was a strike anyway. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Schultz looking for the complete game. Gets the sign. The pitch. Curveball is swung on, chopped right back to Schultz. He'll jog towards first, underhand, and the game is over. A 3-hitter for Kellen Schultz, who retires the last 16 Fort Morgan Mustangs. Thompson Valley 1, Fort Morgan nothing as they sweep the doubleheader on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. On Senior Day here at Thompson Valley High School for both the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Thompson Valley Eagles, Thompson Valley sweeps the doubleheader, winning Game 1 16-1 in 4 innings, and Game 2 1-0 on a 3-hitter from Kellen Schultz. As the postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your growing or your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy 970-571-2024. For Thompson Valley, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 4 left on base for Fort Morgan. The winning pitcher was Kellen Schultz, and the loss went to Trey Romero. Hard luck loser there. Time of the game, 1 hour and 18 minutes. Tremendous baseball, and the game was essentially decided in the first inning. The Mustangs had the bases loaded and 1 out on 2 singles and an error, but then back-to-back strikeouts ended the threat. In the bottom of the first inning, Trey Romero, who issued just 2 walks in the game, did it back-to-back, and then Riley Suarez with a base hit to left field, and that was it. Schultz, after a Chase Redding double in the second inning, retired the last 16 Eagles, and they win the game. Thompson Valley ends the regular season with a 10-8 Longs Peak League record, 11-12 overall, on the cusp of making the playoffs in 4A. The Mustangs end the season on a 14-game losing streak, 1-17 in league play, and 4-19 overall. Congratulations to all the seniors. Again, please check out our B106 Facebook page, as we had all the Mustang seniors recognized before the game here at Thompson Valley High School. Well, that does it for our coverage. Thanks to all of our sponsors and all of our on-air personnel being with us all season during the 2022-2023 school year. We'll be back with you for the football season beginning in late August. The final scores once again in Game 1 from Thompson Valley High School in Loveland. Thompson Valley defeats Fort Morgan 16-1 and 1-0, 1-0 in Game 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.